Peace,
pathetic coward was your husband.
stability, and sanity of an entire family.
That's why
Take him out, Judge. If you're
pathetic coward in your house here. Cry like a baby.
Stop.
It's so painful that some people in this world seem to think that I would have it in me to do.
A South Florida man, Omar Rodriguez, appeared in court on Thursday during a sentencing hearing that concluded with him being sentenced to life in prison for a murder committed nearly a decade ago. The case, which involved a fatal dispute over a seemingly minor issue, dog feces, highlights the tragic consequences that can arise from unresolved community tensions. Rodriguez, now 75 years old, was convicted of the 2015 murder of Jose Rey, a killing that stemmed from a heated argument over Rey's dog defecating on Rodriguez's son's lawn. The dispute, which escalated beyond anyone's control, ultimately resulted in the loss of life and left a community in shock. During the sentencing hearing, emotions ran high as Rodriguez, in a moment of uncontrolled rage, lashed out at Lisette Rey, the widow of the man he killed. Rodriguez, visibly agitated, shouted at Lisette Rey, blaming her late husband for the tragic outcome. "The coward was your husband," Rodriguez yelled in the courtroom. "That's why I killed him." He cried like a baby.
Peace,
pathetic coward was your husband.
stability, and sanity of an entire family.
That's why
Take him out, Judge. If you're
pathetic coward in your house.
This shocking outburst highlighted the deep-seated animosity that Rodriguez still harbors, even years after the fatal incident. The confrontation in court served as a stark reminder of the lingering anger and unresolved emotions that have haunted both families since the tragedy occurred. Lisette Rey, who has had to endure not only the loss of her husband, but also the long, drawn-out legal process that followed, remained composed during Rodriguez's tirade. Her stoic demeanor in the face of such vitriol underscored the strength she has shown throughout the ordeal. The conflict between Rodriguez and the Rey family did not emerge out of nowhere. According to court records and witness testimonies, tensions had been simmering in the neighborhood for some time. The disagreement over the dog's defecation was just the final straw in what had been a series of disputes between the two households. Neighbors reported that Rodriguez had long harbored grievances against Jose Rey, and what might have been a simple disagreement over dog poop became a flashpoint for the violence that ensued. The trial, which concluded with Rodriguez's conviction, brought to light the extent of the tension between the two men. Prosecutors painted a picture of Rodriguez as a man driven by anger and a desire for retribution, while the defense attempted to portray him as a victim of neighborhood bullying. Ultimately, the jury sided with the prosecution, finding Rodriguez guilty of first-degree murder. Rodriguez's attorney, Bruce Lair, acknowledged the emotional intensity of the case during a phone interview with NBC News on Friday. Lair pointed out that the situation had spiraled out of control due to mutual animosity within the community. "This started with a community ganging up and hating the defendant in this case," Lair said. "And the hatred on all sides boiled over into an unfortunate death." Lair's comments reflect a broader issue that often goes unnoticed in cases like these: the role of community dynamics in escalating conflicts. While the focus of the trial was on the murder itself, the underlying tensions in the neighborhood played a significant role in setting the stage for the tragedy. In some ways, this case serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of allowing small disputes to fester unchecked. The sentencing of Rodriguez to life in prison brings a sense of closure to the legal proceedings, but it does little to heal the wounds left behind. For Lisette Rey and her family, The pain of losing a husband and father in such a senseless act of violence is something that no court decision can erase. For Rodriguez, who will now spend the rest of his life behind bars, there is little solace to be found in the outcome. The case also raises important questions about the criminal justice system and its ability to address the root causes of such violence. While Rodriguez has been held accountable for his actions, the broader community dynamics that contributed to the incident remain unresolved. This suggests a need for greater attention to conflict resolution and mediation in neighborhoods where tensions run high. As South Florida moves on from this tragic chapter, it is hoped that the community can learn from the mistakes of the past. Building a sense of mutual respect and understanding among neighbors is crucial to preventing similar incidents from occurring in the future. The legacy of this case should serve as a reminder that violence is never the answer, and that open communication and empathy are key to maintaining peace in any community. In conclusion, the sentencing of Omar Rodriguez marks the end of a long and painful journey for all involved.